Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Turbo and welcome back to Turbo's Nerdery. That's right, tonight we are going to be doing my review / report for the Albuquerque, New Mexico Comic Con. I went to this about a week and a half ago, January 12th through the 14th of 2018, and it was a 3-day con. It was kind of 2.5 days. A lot of cons have kind of a short day on Friday or a smaller day when not a lot of artists are there, and they'll have a big day on Saturday, and then sometimes Sunday not as many people are there. But so this was a 3-day con. I went ahead and got the 3-day pass because I wanted to go on Friday. Chandler Riggs, who plays Carl from The Walking Dead, was there, but Friday only. So I actually flew out to Denver after work on Friday. Went right from the airport to the con. That was kind of fun with a backpack full of stuff, and then took care of the signature and the photo op and stuff like that. And then I mostly dove into the con on Saturday. So yeah, one other priority I had on Friday was to talk to Amanda Connor about getting a commission sketch done. I went to Albuquerque partially to see her. She's a really good artist, and she's a great person. She's a real sweetheart. She's fun to talk to, and she gets a kick out of the kind of work I do, and so it's fun to talk to her. And she's there with her husband Jimmy Palmiotti, and they're both really fun con people to hang out and talk to, and get some stuff signed. So, but she doesn't always do commissions. It probably depends on how busy she is at the con, how long her line is of people getting autographs. And there wasn't a ton of people at Albuquerque, although it was a pretty good sized con. So backing up there a little bit, it was they actually had 3 rooms going on in this convention center. One was just for the artist alley, and then they had 2 for vendors selling comic books and other collectibles, toys, and stuff like that. On Friday, right when I got there, I went running around to all the toy vendors to try to get a Carl Grimes McFarlane toy to have Chandler Riggs sign. I ended up with a pop because I went to about 8 different vendors and none of them had the McFarlane toy I wanted. I started laying into them after a while. I'm like, you guys were not thinking ahead. You could really raked in some money with 1 or 2 of those, you know. And so that was a little disappointing. But in the end, I got a pretty cool signature on the pop. And, you know, I'll go ahead and show that now. Okay, also on Friday I did photo op with Carl Grimes, Chandler Riggs, and I actually bumped into someone who was dying to get their picture taken with him. And I'm like, hey, come on, be in my photo op. You know, I didn't care. I thought it'd be fun. I always like a photo with a good story. It's not so much about the photo as the story behind the photo. So having a stranger or / a new friend in the photo with me sounded like a lot of fun. So I think I got some footage of me and my new friend with Chandler, and then we'll cut to just me with him. Of course, I did some stealth mode GoPro footage. One of the cool things about the GoPro is you can turn off the beeping when you hit record, and you can also turn off the blinking red light. And that's all that people look for. That's what we're trained to look for when we see a camera. Is the blinking red light on? If it's not, then it's probably not recording. So it's in stealth mode, people don't know it's recording, and you can probably get some footage when you're not really supposed to be recording stuff. And I've been doing that at some of the cons. So check this out.
What are you doing me now too?
Turbo.
Turbo?
Yeah. Okay, and moving on to Saturday. That's when I got most of my autographs. I got a stack of autographs. I will be saving them for my signature series. I don't want to blow my whole wad here, but I do want to show off sketch covers because on Friday I talked to Amanda Connor about getting this awesome Harley Quinn. Let's go to a close-up of that right now. No need to make you guys wait on that. I didn't pick that up until Sunday. She finished on Saturday, but she had another person order a Harley Quinn, and they asked for something specific. She couldn't remember exactly what it is. She's so adorable. She's kind of absent-minded. She's a real artist. She cracks me up. But so she showed me this one on Saturday, and I told her I loved it. And if it wasn't what that other guy had specifically asked for, then I'd be super happy with it. You know, being the Valentine's Day special when she's doing the kind of thing like that. It's cute. I really turned out good. I'm really happy with that. So also on Saturday, I got a sketch from an artist named Matt Haley. Matt did the online comics for the Gotham TV show, and he had some of the pages on display there, and I saw his Harvey Bullock, who is played by the actor Donald Logue, who I really like. He's kind of an indie actor. He's done some of his old movies, and he's been in a lot of kind of smaller movies, but he's a really funny guy. He's a good actor, and he's into quirky projects. And so when I saw the cool likeness of Detective Harvey Bullock, played by Donald Logue, I had to get the sketch. So let's go do a close-up of that. And I got a little footage of Matt Haley sketching it. Not much. We actually started talking, and you know, sometimes the camera changes the conversation. So if I'm having a great conversation with somebody, I'm usually not rolling the camera on that. It's a little awkward. Everybody acts differently when the camera's on. Some are more shy, some are more outgoing. You very rarely get a genuine reaction from a person. So if I'm really talking to somebody, you know, I'm not going to have the camera on. And so we've got a little footage of that, but not too much. Let's check it out anyway. And in general, I'm going to apologize because I will be putting together a convention music video like I usually do, but I did not get as much footage as I normally do. Part of that's because it being a 3-day con and not being that big and busy in the artist alley, I was pretty much done with buying everything and getting my autographs by the end of Saturday. And so I figured Sunday would be a good day to walk around filming and stuff like that. But I ended up partying a lot on Saturday night. I had a karaoke party at the hotel that I was staying at after the con, and I met some new friends there, and we stayed up I think until 3:30 or so in the morning. And so I was terribly hungover on Sunday, and it wasn't as productive of a filming day as I was hoping it would have been. So I haven't looked at all the footage yet, but I don't have nearly as many clips as I usually do, and so I think it may be a shorter video than normal. But nevertheless, I'm sure we will all enjoy it. So I'll leave the link to that in the description below. I don't know why I'm talking about that now. That's why I should be sitting at the end of the video. But I'm still in the middle of it, because there's still some stuff I want to talk about. So ever since I went to the Stanley Comic Con and I got that big greatest of all time poster signed by all the people at the con, I kind of decided that when I go to a con, I'm going to try to do a con piece or have something signed by everybody or most everybody that I see. Some people maybe didn't want to sign this because it's a particular character, but in this case I printed out a small half-size Batman cowl from Batman Returns, and you can see I got the signatures on that. There's Matt Haley, Steve Englehart. Steve Englehart wrote a lot of the early Defenders from the Marvels, like back in the day, and I've got an early run of them, so I brought a bunch of those to have signed. We'll be seeing those later. And then he also invented Star-Lord. While I was there, I almost bought the first appearance of Star-Lord. They had a good copy at a decent price, and it was just a lot of my budget. I almost bought it. I went back to kind of decide if I should, and by the time I got back to buy, someone had bought it out from under me, which is great because in the end it probably saved me a lot of trouble. Anyway, so Jeremy Clark here. He's mostly an inker. Does pencils and stuff too. He does some smaller indie brands and stuff like that. I think he's in some Zenoscope comics. He does good, clean art. And actually, while I was there, Matt Haley did a drawing and had Jeremy Clark ink it for him because they were thinking about working together. So it was kind of fun to watch that interaction going on. Here we have our old friend Jay Lee. We saw him at the Stanley Comic Con too. And then we've got the power couple in comic books with Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Conner. So that turned out pretty good. It wasn't the best print, you know. I could have sanded it down, and I really should have finished it a little more and probably painted it. You know, some of these autographs, especially Steve's, they bled a little bit. You can actually read that pretty well, better than we expected. But the striations, the lines in the print make it bleed a little bit. So one of the cool things is Amanda Conner. She's really she's an artist. She's kind of an art nerd, you know, and she loves her markers. And so she was talking to me about markers. We tried some different markers on one of my business cards that's 3D printed. And she gave me some advice, and I think next time I'm going to be bringing a water-based Sharpie in the color I want for drawing on my 3D prints or writing on them. So that was really fun to have that interaction too, and learn. We talked a lot about markers. I seldom spend so much time thinking about markers, but it was very good. So towards the end of Saturday, I picked up my actually the first commission that I picked up. I ordered 3 drawings overall, and this one was the first one that was done. Jay was a little sick at the convention, but he was a trooper, and he finished by the end of Saturday this really incredible breaking of the bat drawing with Bane crushing Batman over his knee. Let's go to the close-up. Okay, so I just all I asked for was Batman with Bane, fighting Bane, not holding hands or anything. And he did the whole composition, everything with that. With the and I love that he chose to do the actual moment of the breaking of the bat, the bat's back, if you will. It's an iconic moment between 2 iconic characters, and it's probably now my favorite original piece of art. I don't know. I like a lot of my original pieces, and I've got some that are really close to my heart. But it's a beautiful piece, and Mom said she was going to frame it for me, and I couldn't wait. I cut a mat that I had laying around. I took another picture out and threw it in a frame. I had to get up on the wall. I could not wait. And then on Sunday, I was pretty much done with my comic book stuff. I had all my books signed. I had all my commissions paid for. I picked up the Harley and the Harvey Bullock, Harley and Harvey, on Sunday. And then Matt Healy also had some extra sketch covers that he had done. He'd been practicing. He'd been doing more writing, and he wanted to get practiced in some drawing and stuff like that. So he had some laying around. He had a cool Kylo Ren too, but I really I made him an offer on this that really was a lowball offer because it was all the money I had left for the con, and he said sure, he'd already done the work. I don't think he cared too much. He's like, is this something people are into? I'm like, oh yeah, people love these sketch covers. So I encouraged him to draw some up, throw them up on eBay, and see what he got. I don't know about the viewers. You can leave a comment down below if you like these sketch covers or if you don't. They seem silly at first to me because you buy a blank cover and you have a blank cover, and if you don't go to cons or if you're not really proactive in getting the drawings on your comics, then you just have this blank cover sitting around. It didn't make a lot of sense. But then I started going to these cons, meeting the artists that actually drew these things, and they'll do these drawings on the comics. Like Amanda Conner is actually the artist for Harley Quinn for DC right now, and has been for the last several years. So this is the official DC Harley Quinn that you're seeing right now. So that's one of the things I like to focus on when I go to the cons, is getting the artists who draw the characters to do a piece for me. And so I don't know how I got on that tangent, but let's cut to the still of the Batman Beyond, because he does these on the front and the back of the book. So when you open it up, it's a whole thing, and I got some footage of that. Okay, and then on Sunday I also kind of ventured into some other areas, like the celebrity area, and I met Charles Fleischer, who did the voice for Roger Rabbit, and he was a funny guy. No, actually I met him on Saturday, because we saw him down in the bar Saturday night during the karaoke party, just wandering around. That was pretty fun. And so yeah, he was funny. He made a joke about I made a joke about doing the famous Eddie line, and how I didn't do it because he probably hears it all the time. And he's like, oh, I do. It's still kind of funny. He's like, but if you do it with your ass, it's a lot funnier. It's always funnier when you can talk with your ass. I don't know. That cracks me up. He was a funny dude. Also on Sunday, so that was Saturday actually, but then on Sunday, because I'm talking about Sunday, I got to meet Vanessa Angel, and she was a sweetheart. She was very cool. She let me, I didn't have my GoPro with me for some reason, and she let me come back later and do a little video clip with the GoPro. So let's go to that. So if you're not familiar with Vanessa Angel, she was in like Spies Like Us. That was her debut. And, that's a little skimpier than things I usually put on my wall. I don't know why. I'm a grown man. I can have skimpily clad ladies on the wall, but I usually don't. But this was her first movie, and it's iconic, and I remember it vividly from my childhood. She was also in Kingpin. She was like the partner with Woody Harrelson and Randy Quaid. Poor crazy Randy Quaid. And but yeah, so she's a beautiful actress. She's a very funny lady, and she was nice. We talked a lot about L.A. I used to live in L.A. And she's thinking about moving from her place and yada yada yada. But it was a good chat, and that's fun to actually get to kind of talk to those people. And she was a sweetheart. I totally asked her out on a date, but she's married, so that's not gonna happen. A few other cool things happened on Sunday. I spoke briefly to Colin Cantwell. Now you can see I'm pointing up towards this weird-looking X-Wing drawing, because Colin is the gentleman who designed the X-Wing, the very first X-Wing. He was the first person to get a hold of George Lucas's Star Wars script in terms of like graphical design and conceptual design. And he basically was the designer for the Death Star, the X-Wing, a lot of the other iconic Star Wars vehicles that we all know and love. So he's a very elderly gentleman. Doesn't talk a lot. He had a young kid doing the sales pitch at his table, though. It's cracking me up. I took a little video of that. Let's cut some.
Alright, I'm here with Colin Cantwell, original ship creator and modeler for Star Wars A New Hope. Colin developed his concept art in 1974, submitted to Lucas. That's what got him the job on Star Wars. You can see here we've got the very first X-Wing prototype, the very first Star Destroyer concept. This is actually his concept for the opening scene as depicted in the original script.
I don't know if we showed the whole spiel or not, but he was pretty impressive. He was selling it hard. Colin was a gentleman. I told him that his work inspired me to do the kind of work I do, and he got a huge smile out of that and a big thumbs up. He was really flattered. So I do like to kind of give back like that, because I am inspired by all this sci-fi stuff that I grew up with as a kid, and I still read and love, and it really kind of inspires me and drives me to do the kind of work I do. Anyway, and one last thing I want to talk about. One last thing I want to talk about. My buddy Dominique Glover was there. So Dominique is a talented artist. He did these two pieces behind me, the Batman and the Stranger Things kids. I think I have some close-ups of those. Let's go there. Anyway, Dominique lives here in Colorado. I met him one time playing HeroClix at a comic book store. We kind of got to be friends. I went to an art gallery art show that he was at here. I got a Batman from him then that's hanging on my wall. I really like his style and his art. It's clean. He does really nice prints. And he's actually doing an art show this weekend that I'm going to try to make it to. But it's weird. I don't see him here in Colorado. I saw him in L.A., Stanley's Con. I saw him in Albuquerque. I think I saw him in Long Beach. I think I've seen him at 3 cons outside of the state. I just bump in. I see his table, and I go say hi. We chat for a while. I usually pick up a print or two. I want to support him. He's a very cool guy, and he does good work, like I said. And it's cool to know and support people like that. And then I wrapped up Sunday the con by doing a little shopping, wandering around. After you get a piece like this Bane and Batman, it's really hard to be impressed by anything down in the vendor stalls. But there was a guy, Jim Ferguson, who did pop culture paintings, and I got some mini prints of his. Because I was really impressed on how he captured these iconic moments. And you really get the feeling of it. You got the Close Encounters up here. You got the Christmas Story down here. I got a Big Lebowski one too somewhere. He had some great ones. I had a really hard time picking some, but my budget was pretty much spent then, and I just could get a few little guys. And also, I'm out of room for big prints, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to frame these up. Maybe I'll print a little frame on my printer. These, I think those are small enough I can print a frame for them. Or maybe I'll just put them in bags and put them in little nooks where they'll fit. And then one other thing is my friend from Saturday night runs company Geeky Girl Stitches, and she does like stitched leather keychains. They're really cool. She draws them up, and then machine stitches them. She doesn't stitch them by hand. Nevertheless, they're very cool. And like I said, she draws a lot of them by hand. Some, of course, she downloads. I'm sure that she downloads the icon and loads it in. But I chose the Jedi symbol and a nice white leather keychain, and I really like it actually. I mean, if you watch my channel, you know how many keychains I get, and this one's actually on my keys, so you know I like it. Anyway, that is going to wrap it up for my Albuquerque Comic Con report. I try to keep it shorter than the other ones. I think it still went a little longer than I really wanted to, but I'm gonna, I think, just keep it into one section, and then we'll do the music video a little later. So I hope you enjoyed this. Leave comments down below. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you think of these sketch covers. What would you do at a comic show? And because I'm going to be going to some more. One of the things I really like doing with this channel is the Comic Con report. So I've decided this year I'm going to be going to some more Comic Cons, even more than I usually do. My friends are going to think I'm a little crazy going to so many, but it's going to make for some fun videos. I'm going to end up with some great art, and my signature collection will continue to grow. And anyway, so thank you for joining me for this. Keep on coming back. We'll be doing Turbo unboxings, Comic-Con reports, and other good stuff here on Turbo's Nerdery. So go ahead and like this video, subscribe if you haven't, tell your friends, share it, all that good stuff. Let the world know. And until next time, be excellent to each other.